Over the decades, women have played significant roles in the renewable energy sector. Certain international publications report that women are primary users of energy in households as they spend 2 to 3 times more energy on domestic activities than men. However, the representation of women in the clean energy value chain is low, from design to production to distribution. According to the International Renewable Energy Agency, women make up about 32% of the global renewable energy workforce. As this may not seem so bad, it, however, does not reflect the true gender disparity in the sector. In Germany, for example, women occupy only about 12% of executive positions, while a joint study in Ethiopia, Zambia and Kenya revealed that women form about 21% of the overall staff in the power sector, with an average of about 15% in technical roles. Although there isn't yet a robust study in Nigeria showing the share of women in the renewable energy sector, however, a small survey carried out among the members of the Renewable Energy Association of Nigeria, REAN, revealed that only about 8% of women in the sector worked in technical roles, while the majority of women occupied non-technical roles such as accounting and sales. This goes to show how much women are being underrepresented in the sector. Therefore, industry experts have argued that deliberate attempts should be made towards building a more gender-inclusive industry. Studies have shown that having a higher gender-diverse sector can lead to increased profitability and decreased risk. For example, the retail and hospitality business has generated more revenues than other sectors that are dominated by one gender. Gender diversity with equitable and fair representation of men and women will produce a wider talent pool in the sector, thereby benefiting from higher levels of creativity, innovation, and varying viewpoints. The CEO of the Renewable Energy Association of Nigeria, Lande Abudu, says diversity simply improves teamwork, innovation, and governance in work environment. Considering that clean energy solutions are predominantly used by women, increased gender inclusion will ensure that policies, initiatives, and projects are designed better to improve the livelihoods of women and other vulnerable groups. According to Ibiene Okeleke, the managing director of the Energy Training Center, gender balance is very critical in the renewable energy space because women are important in closing the energy gap that exists, as they are mostly impacted at every level of the value chain. Currently, in Nigeria, women face multiple barriers while trying to excel in a renewable energy sector that is widely perceived to be male-dominated. The study carried out by REAN revealed that gender stereotypes are one of the most common barriers women face in the sector, as certain roles, especially the technical ones, tend to be reserved for men only. Therefore, there is limited available capacity among women for these roles. This culture of gender stereotyping goes a long way in influencing the career decisions of young women, especially at the university level. A report released by the National University Commission in 2019 showing the number of students enrolled in Nigerian universities reveals a riveting account of gross gender disparity originating from early career pathways of young women. According to the report, although female students made up 43% of the entire student population in 2019, only 23% of those female students were enrolled in technical disciplines. Therefore, it is estimated that out of these female technical students, the number of students that will be in renewable energy careers will be less than half. This already creates a huge gender learning gap that will potentially affect the availability of women professionals in the sector. Already, renewable energy companies are facing difficulties finding female talents with the right skills and experience, as expressed by over 29% of employers in the REAN survey. The REAN survey also further revealed work-life balance as a major barrier women face in the sector. Close to 40% of women respondents cited it as a considerable hindrance to their progress in the workplace. Being the primary caregivers within their families, women have struggled to maintain a healthy balance between work and their private lives. Companies have also confirmed this issue, as 33% of surveyed employers showed concern with female staff taking too much time off work. How do we address gender inclusion in the renewable energy sector? Firstly, improving the gender learning gap will aid in placing more women on the renewable energy career pathway, thereby potentially increasing the number of women with the right skills and experience. This can be made possible by providing scholarships for girls to enroll in more technical courses at the universities or increasing awareness and interest among young girls in secondary schools through career days, field trips and seminars. It is also important to provide mentorship and internship opportunities for young women, enabling them to gain the right skills and experience needed to thrive in the field. Dolapo Popola, the managing director of the Kaduna Power Supply Company, rightly points out that women should receive training on the opportunities the renewable energy sector holds, as this will weaken established stereotypes. Adequate support should be provided and sustained for women entrepreneurs in the field by giving them access to finance and technical support. Various initiatives from REAN member companies have recorded tremendous achievements in providing women with economic opportunities, training and support to distribute clean energy in Africa. Finally, a robust organizational gender policy is very important in the pursuit of gender equity in the sector. Gender quotas should be adopted and reflected in organizations' recruitment policies. These organizations should also strive to provide a flexible working environment that allows for female staff to maintain a healthy work-life balance. This has been stressed so well by women professionals in the sector like Mercy Ikenna Mbakwe, Solinta Energy's Chief Operating Officer, who speaks passionately about making flexibility and work-life balance a top priority for all employers. Already, grant beneficiaries are mandated to have a percentage of gender inclusion. Therefore, government organizations like the Rural Electrification Agency have developed a gender strategy to ensure gender inclusion across its operations. Other government policies like the National Renewable Energy Action Plan and the SE for All Action Agenda have made significant gender considerations, but there is a need for constant follow-up to ensure that these policies go beyond the written words and that organizations adhere to their commitments to gender equity within its operations. As Ujunwa Ojemini, the founding trustee of Awedi Network, puts it, when women are excluded from energy governance, decision-making processes are more likely to result in energy projects that ignore their unique needs. Just like the Renewable Energy Association of Nigeria, which has already taken considerable steps towards guaranteeing gender equity within its membership and organizational structure through the development of a gender charter of demand that addresses gender inclusion with key demands for government and private sector stakeholders. Addressing gender inclusion is not only paramount to the progress of the renewable energy sector in Nigeria, but also instrumental to achieving the Sustainable Development Goals, especially Goals 5 and 7, that respectively aim at gender equality and clean energy for all. Thereby increasing women's participation in the sector will require joint efforts from relevant stakeholders in government, civil society, the private sector and the donor community.